Welcome to You, Me, and DC, everybody. I am the stepson of Krypton.
And I am Mantis.
And normally we don't do introductions throughout all of our videos. If you've been with us since we started, we try not to do that. But since this is the start of a new year for us, we figured we'd go ahead and reintroduce ourselves to hopefully all the people that will be joining this year. So while we do have one video that is actually releasing as we speak right now as we're recording this, this will be our actually first recorded video of 2024. So with New Year's always come resolutions. And Mantis and I thought long and hard about the resolutions we want to do for this channel or make for this channel. And I think the only one we had a thought of is bringing you guys content that is significantly shorter. We've talked about it many times, and we've noticed if we break down the analytics that you guys don't want to see an hour long of us talking. I get it, right? We both do. So our New Year's resolution is to start bringing you content within 5 to 15 minute long videos. If you will notice, we do have some that's already recorded that is longer. If they do go longer than, say, 15 minutes, they will be broken up into 2 parts. And we'll try to get those parts out within a day or so of each other, so you're not missing out on anything. Just anything to add to that?
No, it's kind of the same thing. You kind of have to forgive me. My voice is gone. I've been under the weather for the past 3 or 4 days, so toughing it out here in the new year. So yeah, really looking forward to this year. Like we said, we've got a lot of stuff in the pipeline, and hopefully we can bring that all to you and y'all can enjoy it.
So first and foremost, the only reason why we're recording today, even though he's under the weather, is he's out of sick days, right? So he can't take any more days off from the channel. It hasn't rolled over yet for the new year, so HR will not allow him to take any sick days. So we're going that. Now, with those New Year's resolutions, do not be surprised if like 90% of Americans' New Year's resolutions out there, they fall off after about the first month or two. We're going to really, really try and help hold us accountable to our resolution of not bringing you hour-long content. As we say that, this video is already like fucking 5 minutes long. So we're going to jump into
We got to go.
Mantis, do you want to tell them what we're doing today?
Yeah, today we're going to discuss the new Marvel series Echo that is set to be released here soon, I think.
The 10th.
And yeah, so next Tuesday, or not next Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, I guess, or Wednesday. It's coming Wednesday?
I think Wednesday? It's Tuesday.
No. Yeah. So either way, the 10th of January. And it's in, we're going to watch the trailer here and kind of discuss what we think about it, but kind of a preface of it. It's a series that's going to be coming out on Hulu and Disney Plus, but it's weird because they're dropping all 5 episodes at once. And it's supposed to be kind of a grittier, darker, one of the very first ones that they've done. Not like strictly just rated R and goofy, kind of like Deadpool, but like strict, like it's going to be supposedly like Joker-esque, like in that kind of same vein. So
now, Echo, the character, Maya Lopez, she did actually appear in the Hawkeye series, which I know for myself I have not watched yet. I do know, I don't know a whole lot about this series, but I do also know that Vincent D'Onofrio, who plays Kingpin in the Netflix Daredevil series, as well as he was in Hawkeye series as Kingpin, he will be in this as Kingpin again. So I do love that they kind of kept him along with it, even though, again, that started out as a Netflix show. So I'm kind of I'm interested to see this and what this is going to be.
And I wonder if this is tied. I mean, it has to be tied to Daredevil, right? Like it has to be a part of that same universe prequel type thing, right?
So the character Echo actually debuted in, I think it was like December 1999 in Daredevil episode or Daredevil issue 9 in the comics.
Okay, so yeah.
And that's where the whole Wilson Fisk and having all that kind of came into. I love that Wilson Fisk. He traverses into like the Daredevil. He's in the Spider-Man series. Like he's there. Of course, it's all New York, right? He's the Kingpin,
right?
So, I think what a little I've seen of Vincent D'Onofrio playing Kingpin, I think he does a great job.
Yeah. I enjoyed him as Fisk. So
All right. In the spirit of doing what we said for our New Year's resolution, we're going to go ahead and jump into this is the first trailer, and I think we've got the last trailer, coming up right after that. So we'll see. Kind of, hopefully, we get some different parts. We're not watching basically the
Mhm.
exact same thing. So, as well, if you watched our previous videos, I
Mhm.
usually fuck up trying to bring a video onto screen. So hopefully, I've gotten this right this time.
Maya,
He's kind of a dick.
I see everything that you
Mm.
are. I have.
Fisk ain't having any of that. Got blood on that white suit.
I know, right?
Don't be afraid. You have so much pain in you. You. So much rage. That you can't contain it.
Oh. Okay.
You and I are the same. So, who's the monster?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and jump right in real quick before we get into any breakdown. Go ahead and jump into the final trailer. I believe it's the final trailer, anyways.
And action!
You did better than even I expected. Maya.
Maya Lopez is one of the most interesting
This isn't much of
characters
a
in the
trailer.
MCU. She's badass and she's also deaf.
Oh. Okay, so she is.
He taught her violence and fear.
Take your hurt. Take your pain. Make it into something useful.
Echo is more towards a grounded series.
We wanted to toe the line. Is Maya good or bad?
I won't let you bring a war here.
I'm excited for audiences to see how real this show is.
It's intense, man.
Hmm. Well, I will say, just off of that's the first time I'd seen any of it. Um, the the first trailer was better for sure. There it does look darker. There's I mean the tone of the filming looks like it's way darker. They showed a lot of violence. Dude just got shot in the face or the neck up through his head. They showed that, and dude's bleeding out his eyes. Look kind of cheesy, but it's whatever. The action sequences look okay. The only thing that kind of worries me is a couple of things. Is they're releasing all these episodes at once, so it's basically like a movie, and they've never really done that in a weird way like that with a mature content release from Marvel Studios, and the way in the second trailer that all of the actors and actresses were talking about it, they kept saying the same thing. It's like, it's grounded, it's real, I'm like, okay. I just I hope that they're not just trying to pin the whole shtick of this show is going to be because it's grounded, that's why you should like it. That can't be the only thing.
So, from my understanding, now I don't know anything about the show Echo other than what we've just watched here. But as far as for the character, so the character, it's really her only actual, let's say, power, if you will, is she has photographic reflexes, which basically, in like the comics, she could watch somebody play piano and she could duplicate it. She could watch somebody's fighting style and she could duplicate it. She can duplicate basically any action somebody does within to the limits of what her body's capable of. Like, she can't fly, she can't super jump, and she can't, like Captain America, fall, like, where he can just jump off
Right.
of a 30-story building and land and be fine. But all the other aspects she can mimic. From my understanding now, again, because I haven't seen Hawkeye, you see her in the Hawkeye series, her powers are grounded. She doesn't have that ability, right? She's just and in the comics, she is a very skilled uh, combat in combat as well as martial arts and things like that. So she is a very skilled fighter, and she's tough. But that's where I think they mean it's going to be grounded. Is it's not going to be like in the comics where she's going to see somebody's move and just be able to duplicate all of their abilities and reflexes and things like that.
Right.
Could be
Gotcha.
wrong.
Yeah, I
but
mean,
I feel like that's because they said that about her in Hawkeye. There was it was a very grounded, and I think that's what they mean. Could be wrong.
yeah. And in one of the articles I was reading, one of the quotes was tonally. They're quoted as saying, tonally, the footage screened for the press had hints of Daredevil, Breaking Bad, and John Wick, and in some ways seemed like Marvel's version of a cable drama rather than an MCU streaming series. And it does feel that way. It doesn't feel like a superhero show.
To
Other
me,
than
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, other than the character that we already know, there was just Kingpin, right? Like,
I got Netflix Daredevil vibes off of it, right? That dark,
yeah,
gritty, brutal, and of course, Vincent D'Onofrio's in both of those there. But I feel like they basically
yes.
almost just had to, hey, Netflix, make us a show, and we'll just release it on your two biggest competitors, Disney
Right.
Plus and Hulu, because that's what it kind of feels like. So,
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see. I'm curious where they're going. Now, she mentions like it's time for a queen. Obviously he's the kingpin, so is she going to become the queen pin?
Right.
My concern is, and we are going to do a video on this here soon, is as Marvel Studios, you've lost a great deal of money in 2023 going down a path that has not been very successful. Is if this follows that same path, I feel like it's going to go the same route. I'm hoping they don't lean heavily into that path and they just stick with it being a dark. Because her past is Fisk murdered her father.
Right. He pretty much raises her, right?
He raises her, and she eventually finds out that because he basically tries to blame Daredevil for her dad dying, and then she finds out who that Matt Murdock is Daredevil, and she starts to see the truth behind Fisk, and now she wants to go after him.
There's very cool dichotomies there. Like the storylines are really cool. I like that idea. Like, it's a very, like, I don't know, like this storyline here is set up so well to be a good series. I just hope just don't fuck it up, right? Like, just don't mess it up.
I feel like this is a great way to introduce characters that maybe couldn't do a full standalone movie, or maybe that require a little too much backstory. Because the one great thing when you do a Netflix or a Disney Plus or a Hulu show is you have the ability to give a lot of backstory. You can have episodes where you just
Yeah.
go completely back and learn all of this about the character. Is maybe they're starting to do this a little more.
Mhm.
And they're kind of leaning into where DC was. Let's take it a little bit darker for the time, right? Plus, her story is dark. I mean, it just is. Her father's murdered, and she grows up to, raised by the most villainous person in New York. So,
Yeah.
it'd be interesting if they do like a Netflix and they start kind of spawning more shows that tie in together, because Marvel's all about the tie-ins.
I mean, they could do Daredevil again. I know they were wanting to. We talked about it before. I'm a fan of the Netflix series Daredevil. Jessica Jones I liked, and it was like Iron Claw. The second season was better than the first for some reason.
So I can't remember if it's if it's going to be a TV show or if it is actually going to be a movie. But there is a new Daredevil project in the works, and the guy who plays Daredevil, I can't think of his name right now, but he is going to play Daredevil again. So I'm wondering if we'll do a tie-in with this, because we got to see that guy in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Maybe they will.
He came in to it, so he's part of this the MCU now. So it'd be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah.
All right, guys. In the interest of sticking with our New Year's resolution, I'll probably end up cutting a little bit of this out just to shorten it down, especially that intro. But we are going to go ahead and wrap things up. If you like this video, please hit that like button. It'll be popping up down here somewhere. Consider subscribing to the channel and commenting what you think, what your thoughts and feelings are about the series, if you're excited for it, or maybe what series would you like to see them do with the character.
Yeah. Let us know down in the comments. Again, if we missed something in the trailers, let us know that too. Maybe there's another set of trailer, link that as well.
Yeah, because I skipped 2. I just went 1 and 3. I figured let's watch the first and last, but we saw how that went. So, all right, guys, that'll do it for us for this time. We will catch you next time. Unless, Mantis, you have anything else?
Nope.
All right, guys, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time.
Later.
I was waiting for it. You knew he was going to do it. All right, see you guys.